Yeah, everybody's is just, it's almost like a tradition in Cincinnati, to be honest. Well, I got my first albums at a department store called Gold Circle at first. I was 3 or 4 years old. I obviously don't remember it, but apparently I wouldn't leave without these Kiss records. I heard bands like Metallica, Slayer, and I just lost my mind immediately. I started to understand it was kind of like part of me, you know, so I just started collecting. These are just some of them. I've probably got about 800 or 900. This is the very first Wasp album. This is the first band I ever saw. Scared me to death. And this is an original '84 pressing because it doesn't have any UPC code. I've seen it go for at least 50, you know, the original one. This one, I almost had a baby when this walked in. Lady come in with quite a few metal records. She had Metallica, obviously Danzig. This is pretty much the album. I mean, the first one's great, but the second one was where he really came out in his own, in my opinion. You know, the record itself was in complete mint. The original Deaf American, and Woody obviously let me purchase it. I mean, this one can go for, I've seen it go up to 200 easy. Of course, I'm an Ozzy Sabbath nut, and this was actually not purchased here, but this was purchased for me from an ex-girlfriend of mine. Japanese Speak of the Devil. This was a one-of-a-kind in Japan because it came with a 45 of Mr. Crowley and I Don't Know live versions. It came with a huge, like, 6-page poster, which I've actually got at home framed. Japanese pressings sound just extraordinary. I had looked at this for a couple weeks. I think it was $100, and at the time it was just out of my range. Probably one of the best gifts I've ever had. I've seen it go for 100, 200, easy. I may as well save the best for last, in my opinion. The guys that started it all, for myself and my friends in this section here, is Black Sabbath. Now, this is not a UK Vertigo, but it's a German Vertigo. And any record collector, especially with Sabbath, would know that the Vertigo stuff sounds just simply amazing. It was actually a bid thing on eBay because Vertigo stuff's just impossible to find. Listening to Sabbath on Vertigo is like listening to them for the first time. The pressings are just phenomenal, good $100 easy. Now, like I said, that's the German one. Now the UK one, I've seen it go for $500 or $600. That's the one thing I've always liked about this shop. You can always afford something. Now, I've been coming here since, Lord, 14 maybe 15. To be a part of it now is pretty mind-blowing, to be honest with you. Yeah, the memorabilia here, people actually donate stuff to us. These posters here I donated for the spot. There's an autographed Testament poster up there. Had to have Sabbath and some Maiden. This is actually Big Jim. He's a very good customer of ours. He used to work at Annie's for many, many years. He met Ronnie, he met Lemmy, he met quite a few artists. And if anybody remembers Annie's, the Annie's used to have some killer shows. And behind the counter here, this is pretty interesting. That's all stuff that was donated. Kiss dolls here. It was donated from a guy who was ill and wanted just to leave something to the store because he loved it so much. That Star Trek poster caught my eye. It's been up there since I was 15 years old. It's just nuts. I just noticed him like a couple weeks ago. Who knows how long Gene's been hanging there. All of our shoppers know that we put our Just In vinyl sitting down on the floor here. Now the wall, that features a little bit of everything, basically the higher end vinyl. We had a Bowie record up there just a couple weeks ago, and this guy was almost in tears because he's been looking for it so long. It's like, wow, man, pretty cool. I mean, it's called Everybody's Records for a purpose, and I think Harry said it best. If we carried only the music that we liked, we wouldn't be here.